Hello everyone. As promised, I am back with another video that is going to help you get to know me and know who I am and what I'm about. So this morning I was having a conversation with one of my coaches, and what I shared with her was that there has been probably about 10 to 15 years that I have been riding a wave of adversity. Now, what I mean by that is no matter what I was doing, I was being questioned, I was being challenged by everyone around me. And when you're doing something that you've never done before, you can almost expect that. Now, was it everyone around me? Not necessarily. There were a few people that were excited for me to do what I was doing, to explore what I was exploring. However, it's the people that were the closest to me that challenged me the most. And what I mean by that is that they were the ones that were not on board, more curious, concerned, to an extent that one of my sisters actually thought I had joined a cult. And it's kind of funny why she thought that. I had become a very optimistic person. I was often happy, and I was not bitching and complaining anymore. Therefore, I wasn't acting like I used to act. And yeah, so she came down to visit to confirm that I hadn't joined a cult. I was studying nutrition, I was trying different ways of cooking, and I was elated. I was elated. And I had never done anything like it before, and it was so exciting to me. And when I look at how we hear that the unknown is scary and it's challenging and we like to stay in our comfort zone. I'm going to challenge you on that thought, because for me, I was most comfortable and at ease when I was doing things I had never done before. And it was exciting. And like I said, it was exhilarating. And it was because I was stepping into something new. A new thought can invoke so much inside of you and possibilities. And where we tend to pull back, where I tended to pull back, or as I say that, so I'm calling bullshit on myself. I didn't pull back. I just kept on riding that wave of adversity. And the other thing is, I rode one wave with two challenges. One was courage and one was adversity. And why it was a challenge was because I had to stay focused on what I knew I wanted to do and what I needed to do for myself. So it's like a balancing act, right? You have to stay focused. And here's the thing, I've shared this before, that just like the sun and the moon exist at the exact same time, so does courage and adversity. So I've gone through a fair bit of my life where everything I was doing was being questioned, and still to this day it's being questioned, because I think very differently than the people around me that are in my family. And that's okay. And what makes it okay is I'm very clear on what's meaningful for me. And yeah, I said that's slow, meaningful for me. I don't get worried about what's meaningful for them. I respect what's meaningful for them, because that's the energy I want being brought back to me. So the personal side of this is, for 10 to 15 years, I have been riding a wave of courage and adversity. And now that wave is coming in. Now, what does that look like when the wave comes in for me? Well, it looks like fear comes up. I'm like, ooh, now what is this next thing? What do I need to do next for myself? And for me, fear is just something that we haven't considered and haven't been ready to embrace yet. So when I shared with you the first 10 to 15 years since I started making changes in my life, I was riding a wave of courage and adversity. Notice I didn't talk about fear. I couldn't face fear because of the challenges that were in front of me, yet the desire I had to move forward was very strong. So adversity was there, but the strength for courage was also there. So it balanced me. So I knew what I needed to do for myself. And now I'm in a place where things are shifting, and well, you're going to see the changes happening as well. So I encourage you to consider, you more than likely have adversity in your life every day to some degree, in some way, shape, or form. You're going to be faced with adversity. Don't worry about it. I want you to consider to ride the wave. Be aware of it and have the courage to keep moving forward no matter what. That's what I've had to do. 10 to 15 years sounds really like, look, it sounds crazy. And yet that was my reality this morning. I was like, whoa, it's time to come in and land. So it's like, does that mean that I'm not going to ride another wave? No. But the difference is this wave that I ride next, is not going to be a balancing act. It will be more clarity for myself. So the adversity and the challenge, and I've spoken to this before, it's one of the biggest challenges I've ever had to do, face in my life, is being me. And out of all the things you will do in your life, being you will be the most challenging. That's my perspective. It's the reality that I've experienced with all the women that I have worked with and I have met. Being yourself. Oh, people need you and want you to be who they need and want you to be. And because as women, it's our nature to nurture. It is so easy to slip into a role. I'm doing the air quotes. It's easy to slip into a role without even realizing it, because we want to be there for others. We want to encourage others. However, we need to be there for ourselves. We need to encourage ourselves, and we have to be our own source of inspiration. And I know for me, I needed to be my own source of inspiration. And I still do. And it's not hard. It's just something that I need to be mindful of, because otherwise that I get caught up in what other people will think of me. And that's where I'll stay. So there's a little bit more of me that you get to hear about. One of the things that I did want to share with you is behind me, I painted this wall. And it was interesting because I was excited about it, because I said it's like I'm ready to embrace my edge. However, one of the coaches I worked with said, "Oh, it looks like fragmented pieces." And I was like, "No, it represents the edge that I have." However, this is who I am. I considered fragmented pieces. What is this? And I invite you to consider this for yourself. Notice that they are fragmented pieces, but they're bright and beautiful. So what I came to consider and understand for myself is, of course there's fragmented pieces. There's all these pieces behind me that I never considered of myself before. And now I can take each piece and consider, how do I want to move forward in my life? What do I need to embrace about myself that I haven't embraced yet? So, more than likely, if you're watching this video, you have edge. And you might have a little bit of fragmented pieces, aspects of you that you need to embrace for yourself, not anyone else, for yourself, because everything begins with you. And here's the beauty of it. As you embrace the different aspects that you have maybe put aside, pushed down, ignored, denied, as you start to embrace those pieces and you bring them forward, you will be more and more in alignment with who you are. And when you're riding that wave, maybe adversity is there, but courage and strength are on that wave with you. And that is when you just know in your gut that anything is possible. So this is video 2. I want you to get to know me. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate me. Don't hesitate to contact me and ask me anything you want. I am an open book. I am here for you. I want to be here to encourage and support you in any way that I can. All right, huge hugs to you. Have a fantastic day. And even if you have fragmented aspects of who you are, remember that they are bright and beautiful, and they will all come together. All right, huge hugs.